Hi everyone. So, as some of you may know, we had this house next door built over last year and most of this year, and we allowed them to use this area, the builders, to use this area to build their wall. And afterwards, you may or may not know, this area looked just terrible, and every time I walked out here I just wanted to cry. All the garden beds were crushed. There was just weeds growing everywhere. Well, we've locked that away now. She can get out of there, by the way. She just can't get into this area now. So anyway, as I was saying, really depressing to look at this area. So I bit the bullet, spent some money on a landscaper. Then I had to continue my studies, and this proceeded to grow a pile of weeds. And now just getting to it. So I thought I'd just do this video because I've been watching a lady called Laura, I don't know her surname, but anyway, Garden Answer is her YouTube channel, and I just love watching what she does. She's got this massive property, like well beyond anything I'd ever need to do. But I really like seeing what people do and how they do it. I'm a very visual learner. And I really want to get our garden under control now that I have my degree finished. Just doing little bits often. And because this area is looking so nice now, I thought this is a good place to start. Then I can tackle the disaster that is my front yard, which I might go into in another video. But today I'm planting, these are Ackmena Forest Flame, otherwise known as Ackmena smithii, I suppose you'd say. So they're a type of lily pilly from what I can tell. So basically I'm just going to prepare this soil, put some, I got some compost, at least one of those bags in, maybe two, so there we go. And then some slow release fertiliser, and plant these up. So basically just wanting to screen this wall, and they will hopefully grow up and be lovely. So let's get to it. So I'm starting out by just redistributing the soil in this bed. This soil actually came from here when the landscaper kind of leveled the area, and he just threw it straight into the raised garden bed. So it's a good use of it. But it's a bit light down that end here. So you can see it's quite full here. Not so much down here. So I'm just redistributing some of it. Then I'll pour in the compost. Then I'll start measuring it out. And then I'll dig my holes and plant them. And then mulch, of course. So let's go. Spread the compost, and this is just some black gold compost that I got from Van Lean's, our local nursery. It's got some quite specific instructions there, which that makes my eyes glaze over. I'm that kind of person. The details, that's why I'm very much a visual learner. So I'm just basically going to spread this whole bag, maybe two of them, across the bed, dig it in, and then I'll start measuring out my plants. So I've just done a quick rough digging in of the compost. I should have mentioned obviously that compost improves the quality of the soil, which is obviously going to help your plants grow a bit more. I'm now going to start measuring out. Now, people often do this by staking out, you know, and putting string in, and to making sure it's all centered and exactly measured. That's just not my kind of gardening. That's just too many details. And, so I am going to measure them, but I'm not going to use stakes or spray paint or anything like that. Okay. So I've got them measured out about where they're going to go. So they're roughly the same distance either end. And then I've just spaced them 1 metre apart, which is recommended on the label that I have followed. There are some things that I know I need to adhere to. And now it's time to dig the holes, put some fertiliser in, put them in.
Mom, they will get tired of paper.
That's my helper. Isn't he a good helper there?
Yep. They will.
This is the slow release fertiliser. I was actually watching one of the Garden Answer videos this morning on fertiliser, and Laura was talking about this number here, 432. She was actually talking about 434, which talks about how much nitrogen, 4%, 3 phosphorus, and this one's only got 2% potassium. It's got some other things in there as well. Don't mind me. Now, those instructions make my eyes glaze over, but I will have a quick read before I add it to the soil. So I'm also dealing with screaming children in between doing this. Anyway, the joys of being a mum and running a household. So I've just actually looked at this one, and it says to not sit the plant on it. So I will actually just mix it into the soil a bit rather than just dropping a heap in. And it'll only just be a little bit in the bottom. And then, and I'll water all that in too. Put some water in there first, put some fertiliser in, put some water in, put the plant in, and fill it back in again, and do that another 4 times. Here we go. So that's it. I've put some mulch down. I had a bag left over from a couple of years ago that I never used. It was actually meant to go on a garden bed that used to be right there before this was built. And then I got pregnant with Raven and that got built, and so it's just been sitting around those weeds there for like 3 years. So anyway, I thought I'd use that, but it didn't quite go as far as I would have liked it. There's some gaps you can see, so I'll just pick up a bag of mulch next time I'm at a garden centre. And yeah, mulch that in a bit better. But otherwise, I think it's looking great. Hopefully they all live. This one I was a bit rough with when I was pulling it out of the pot, so hopefully I didn't break any major roots. Hopefully it survives. If not, these were only $25 each, so I'll just buy another one. But I really love this red, the new foliage, the red, and that they grow these berries. They flower that then turn into berries. Ravi, make a good choice. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, so these should look really good once they establish, and we'll obviously start trimming them, making them into a hedge. And yes, I don't do that perfect measuring thing, which is probably going to make lots of actual gardeners twitch, but that's just how I do it. And I'm hoping to get this garden sorted bit by bit. But this is the beginning, and I better go sort that out. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.